In this lesson, we will share some methods for optimizing your images and videos. As your experience gets more complicated and populated with more and more media files, you'll be placing a greater burden on your hardware. The goal is to find an ideal balance for displaying high-quality images and videos without sacrificing hardware performance. First things first, how do you know there is an opportunity for media optimization in your experience? A great approach is to use free software named WinDirStat. You will find its download link in the lesson below this video. The original purpose of WinDirStat was to evaluate and display how drive storage is consumed. But one of its features permits focusing on a specific folder instead of a complete drive. By doing so on an Intuiface experience folder, you will see at a glance which files in your project take up the most space. This makes it easy to identify which resources can be optimized. As you'll see, changing the file format or resolution can significantly improve experience performance. Let's start WinDirStat and set it to focus on a dedicated experience folder. This is a visual display of the files in your experience. As you can see, you have a tree view of your files in the top left, a view by file type in the top right, and finally, at the bottom, a visual display of each file. The bigger the area of a block, the larger the file. Consider the half screen below as representing 100% of the size of your experience, making each file representation a reflection of its percentage of the whole. Pretty neat and useful, right? We will come back to this later. For reference, let's take a snapshot of its total size for comparison later. One key to experience performance is minimizing the size of content. Be proactive and limit content to the size of the target asset container. For instance, if a video will be displayed in a 500 pixel by 400 pixel video asset, use a relatively similar sized video. It would be completely wasteful to put a 4K video in there. The same goes for images. If you wish to display a 20 pixel by 20 pixel icon, don't use a 500 by 500 image. Be aware that Intuiface will try to resize images on the fly to accommodate the container size. But this isn't ideal because if there are a lot of images requiring a resize, a large amount of system resources could be consumed. There are, of course, lots of tools available for resizing images. One software we recommend is Microsoft PowerToys, a set of utilities that come with a very handy built-in image resizing tool directly accessible with a right-click on any image in File Explorer. It's a free software, and you will find its download link in the lesson page below this video. Let's return to WinDirStat. As you can see, there's a large rectangle at the bottom, probably something heavy. When I click on it, it points to an image, and by checking its size, it definitely could be improved. Let's work on it. Right-clicking the block within WinDirStat directly opens this images folder, which as you can see is the image folder of your Intuiface experience. If we right-click on the file itself, it shows the PowerToy option for image resizing. I'm going to select the large ratio and voila! As you can see, our image went from too heavy to reasonable in seconds. If we shift from images to videos, a key tool for optimization is named HandBrake. It's efficient, free, and will help you to resample, resize, change the format and process of your videos. The ideal for video optimization will differ based on screen resolution and device CPU, GPU, and RAM. For example, if your experience is Full HD on an average device, start testing with a 1080p 30 preset, then tweak your parameters up or down based on results. When it comes to a recommended bitrate, preferred values are 5 megabytes for a low-end PC and a maximum of 20 megabytes for a high-end PC. Of course, don't forget to test your experience in Player on the device that will run your experience. It is possible that the specifications of the Player device will be different from the PC on which you're using Composer. Let's have a look in WinDirStat again. See that other large file here? Let's click it. It's a video which, considering its weight, could use a little bit of resampling. Let's open it in HandBrake. I'm going to drag and drop our video file onto the right-hand side. After a quick analysis, HandBrake is ready to go to work. As you can see, there are plenty of options you can tweak. To save time, we'll pick a preset named Fast 1080p30, but feel free to find your own best parameters. Then pick a save folder and start the encoding. And voila! The video has been resampled. As you can see, we saved some space. Let's overwrite the old video file with this brand new optimized one. Note that as we've kept the same file name and extension, there is no need to open Composer and change the reference to this video in the content library of our experience. Now that we've quickly optimized an image and a video, let's compare the final size of our experience folder with the original. See the difference? With the improved media, your experience should now run a bit faster. Remember, the more images and videos you have in your experiences, the more value there will be in optimizing them before deployment. Your hardware will thank you.